He was a well-respected member of the community. He was a businessman. He was a magistrate for 30 years. So a real kind of sort of pillar of society, basically. But what people didn't know when I was going to his house at weekends is that he was sexually abusing me. So we're going to kick off. We've not seen each other for a little while now, and just see how everybody is, and just do a check-in really to see how you've been over the past month and stuff.
Like you, Augusto, I got tired of it all.
Yes.
Like I can't live like this because I wasn't functioning.
You didn't feel like you was existing?
No, because I was in these dissociative places forever and come back and like, where the fuck have I been for the day?
Who was it who abused you?
It was my dad. Whereas I couldn't fight because he was a grown man, and I couldn't run away because I was at home. So I had to go through the middle ground, which is this dissociation, is what it's called. I got to a point where I wasn't able to function because of these seizures all the time, and I'd be in a dissociative sort of not really know what was going on for the majority of the day.
And when I become disconnected from other people like me, who've been through similar stuff and are going through the same struggles, then it weakens me. Do you know what I mean?
It's empowering.
Yeah. It started off where I'd be like sort of in the bathroom and stuff, from what I can remember, where I'd be saying, right, this is how you need to clean your willy. And it was like, because your dad's not around, I need to like sort of show you these things about how to look after yourself and stuff. So I thought that's when the kind of sort of normalisation of the sexual abuse like sort of started really, and that's when the grooming started basically. So why would you go and seek help? So how do you make that jump or leap of faith or whatever it is?
I was just tired of feeling low and feeling worthless. I came to a point in my life where I'd spent years and years and years feeling like that. Yeah. Feeling like crap and dirt, and I'm not gonna let this person ruin the rest of my life. Enough is enough. I was sexually abused and raped from the age of 9 till 17. I felt a lot of confusion. I felt dirty, I felt isolated, and I felt very alone, but I felt very silenced, that's the word to use.
He had me, do you know what I mean? Because I was frightened to speak out because he conditioned me. He never said he was going to kill me, do you know what I mean? But he was a lot more clever than that. Then it like sort of evolved then from him like sort of masturbating me, even though I was little, to eventually like sort of where he'd like have me in the bath and he'd be like sort of masturbating over me. But I remember being in his house and like sort of laying on the couch and stuff and having my heart racing dead fast and stuff, but I didn't know what it was. I thought I was having a heart attack, but I was frightened because like sort of bath time was coming.
Mind torture, isn't it?
Yeah, I was living in a place of fear.
You call it mind torture, I call it mind fuck.
Yeah.
That is what it is. You know, it's mental torture, isn't it? You know, it's like my abuse used to come in my house all the time. Fucking sit down with me mum, you know.
Yeah.
I was abused as a young child between the ages of maybe 8 to 10. Initially the abuse started off just being abused by that individual, and basically it was passed around to different paedophiles and stuff, you know, older men and stuff like that. It was
because a paedophile's best tool is silence.
But we've all been silenced. It took me 27 years to come forward. It took you
20 odd, yeah,
20
just a couple
years.
behind you.
There is ways of functioning. And I think as well it's like normalising to a degree what's happened and the struggle, so that it's not unrealistic. This dissociative phenomenon stopped me from speaking. I couldn't speak. So when I was trying to explain to my therapist what had happened, I lost the ability to talk, and it was just another layer of the mind trying to protect itself in a way by saying, this is too much, mate, don't talk about it.
So it's not normal what happened to you, but it's like sort of normalising.
The reaction's normal, yeah.
Yeah, normalising normalising talking about it. So I was friendly with this girl at school. She was like my best friend. She had a boyfriend who was quite a bit older than her, and I got like sort of rumour that he was going to come up and stab me after school, basically. So I've come out of school. Anyway, this guy's pulled up, and he says, "All right, it's my mate who's going to stab you. Quick, get in the car." So I've got in the car with him. He's took me home, so he's like took me under his wing, but because my dad was useless, basically, he's like put himself there as this like sort of father figure. Like he's got me trust, basically, and made me think that I kind of sort of need him to protect me, basically. So then he's like sort of introduced me to drugs, so which eventually went on to like sort of heroin and cracks.
Because the abuse tells you you're not part of.
And that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to isolate you.
To isolate and to break.
So you don't speak out, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the abuse does. It silences you. My own father blamed me for the abuse. He said it was my fault and I should have been man enough to fight off my abuser. But when I spoke about my abuse, I found out as well that my brother's 4 children were also sexually abused by the same person.
So it took me a long time to like sort of learn the lesson that there's a great strength in vulnerability, and until I got vulnerable I couldn't get better, but I didn't want to get vulnerable because the last time I got vulnerable someone took advantage of that and sexually abused me when I was a kid. So what he was doing, he was spiking myself and my mates who I went to school with and doing all kinds of stuff to us. So there's been times before when I've like woke up with my bum sore and like not knowing what's gone on and stuff. My granddad was paying his mortgage and giving him money for me to stay at me to stay at his house. So whether my granddad knew what was going on there as well wouldn't kind of like sort of surprise me. But I was like trapped and like sort of didn't have anywhere to go, basically, so I kind of got stuck with him up until I was about 21 when I ended up going to prison, basically, which was like sort of the best thing that happened to me. So how did you, Michael, if I put this to you, how did you make that transition from being a victim to being a survivor or thriver or whatever you want to call it?
How did I make that transition? It's fucking difficult. Very difficult. I'm still in transition, I think. Like I say, we lived in the same area for years after it happened. It was just like I was silenced and I didn't say anything, and it was really like it didn't happen, you know?
You know, I realised some of the stuff that I've been through and it's fucking horrible. I don't, you know, it's not nice at all and it still can get weird. I'm still fighting it, but you know, it's got easier, and that's, you know, because of good people that I've met, and that's been a massive turning point for me to be able to start trusting people.
And paedophiles love the silence. That is what keeps this going. And if people don't speak out about childhood sexual abuse collectively, as a group, as a unit, kids will continue to suffer.